Hello everyone, I am Anna Vanila. Welcome to my channel Anna Vanila Arts. And in this channel, as you probably already know, I share my experience, my stitches, my years of work in this hobby like knitting and crocheting, and you can learn a lot from watching my channel for sure. And this is a kind of knit stitch which I found in my collection of stitches, and I think you might have never seen this one before, this particular stitch. I've tried to find the yarn where this pattern would look, this stitch would look more expressive, much better to what it is and how it looks like. Obviously it needs blocking. This is not blocked, so it might be slightly uneven, but hopefully you'll be able to do this stitch and you'll be happy with it and enjoy its beauty. So my needles are number 5. I've got acrylic yarn. It's in light blue color. You also have to put a marker on the end, on the front, so that you know which is the right side and which is the wrong side. So we cast on 19 stitches and we do 2 rows of knit stitches, front knit stitches on the front and front knit stitches on the back. You can cast on just in the method you prefer, the way you were taught, the way you like it to make. So after you cast on, you need 2 rows, both front stitches, to make sure it does not curve, because the edge of a garment can curve if you don't do this stitch. And so let's begin. So after that we start the row number 1. This stitch has 4 rows, but they are very simple, very easy to make. So let's begin. So the first stitch we do not knit, we do not do anything, we just transfer it onto the right needle. So we knit 1 purl stitch, 1 front stitch, 1 purl stitch. As you can see, it's suitable for beginners. 1 front stitch, 1 purl stitch, 1 front stitch, 1 purl stitch, 1 front stitch, and we do this until the end of this row. So basically it's like when you do the elastic band in knitting, you do 1 front stitch, 1 purl stitch. So it's the same here, we do the same thing. So this is already the wrong side, this is the back. That's how it looks like. It looks very simple. So what we need to do is transfer the first loop, we do not knit it, and then we start front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch. So what you see is what you need. So we see a front stitch, we need the front stitch. We see a purl stitch, we need the purl stitch. And that's what we do. Second row, the last loop we always knit it with a purl stitch. And the real change in this pattern would be just this row that will begin now, which is the third row. So the first loop we do not need, we just transfer it. So we need purl stitch. Now we see a front stitch. What we need to do is take first right needle behind this front stitch. We grab the yarn from behind and we turn it this way. Then we take this loop which is on the left needle and we knit it. So basically from one loop we make two loops. Purl stitch, then we see front stitch, we put the first right needle, we grab the yarn from behind of this front stitch and then we knit this front stitch and then we release. Purl stitch, again behind the front stitch, we knit this loop which we hugged recently, purl stitch. So it's like hugging really. We go behind this loop, we pull the yarn and then we knit this loop which was in front of us. And so the front stitch and we make two loops. Purl stitch behind, then we knit this loop, so we make two loops, two front stitches. Purl stitch, one behind because it's a front stitch, and then we knit this loop. Purl stitch behind, we grab the yarn, we hold it and then we knit this loop, then purl stitch, purl stitch. This was the third row. Now this is fourth row, the final row, which is very simple indeed. So we transfer the first loop, we do not knit it. What we do is what we see. So we see a front stitch, we knit it with a front stitch, but where we see these two loops that we created in the third row, we put the yarn in front and we knit these two stitches together with a purl stitch, like so. So front stitch, then two, from two purls we make one purl. Front stitch, from two purls we make one purl. And this is it. All you need to do is repeat these 4 rows, and you can knit the jumper, you can knit hats with this pattern, with this stitch. It's very easy, very quick to do. It's wonderful pattern. I was in love with this pattern for a long time, and definitely is stunning and worth using this stitch and doing beautiful garments with it. Even for summertime would be nice because you get gaps of air here. You can get it's like you've used yarn over without using yarn over, so it's like slightly open work. And this is the stitch, so what we do, we repeat, so we do not need the first loop, and we do purl stitch, front stitch, purl stitch, front stitch, and so on. And I hope this stitch is very interesting for you and you're going to do something interesting. Please tag me, and see you soon in my next videos. Stay tuned for more stitches, and I'm sending to you lots of love and care. So put likes and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.